Hello and welcome to another video from erpdrill.com. In this video we'll be talking about the professional certification series of books released by SAP. Books created specifically to write the certification exam. There's about 12 of them being released at the moment. We have the TPLM series with asset management, project management, TSM solution manager on the way, along with a few others. But these are the latest ones. The 2015 series of books, TADM, TBW, for ABAP programming, TSCM, THR, TFIN, TBI, transportation management, which is a new module, a huge, high demand, very well paying certification is the transportation management. TRP is business process SOA, BPM, E2e is part of solution manager, end-to-end analysis, TBI is part of the reporting, TBW is a warehousing, TCRM is a supply chain management. So these are the books being released at the moment. Again, collection of 10, latest versions available. Let's take a look to see why these books are so precious and these exams are so expensive. A THR, TFIN book, a TFIN course costs $20,000 to complete. You know, by the time you get your certification through SAP, you will be spending about 20,000 US dollars. So let's see why they're so expensive and why they're so highly in demand. If you go into the SAP certification website for THR, TFIN 52, you can see that these are the exam topics. You know, you have TFIN 50, or you read these books. You can choose to read TFIN 50 or read these three books. TFIN 52 or read this. You read these TFIN 52 and 50 and 52, or you read these three books. You know, there's a lot of non-academic books. Reporting has CA 700. TERP 10 is an e-learning course which is irrelevant because the topics covered in TRP 20 are already covered in TFIN 50 and 52. The TRP, because it's e-learning, adds visual content to it, a media content. Visually, they have videos in there that'll show you how to use or define organizational structures, which is irrelevant because the exercises in the TFIN books already show you this. So this $237 and the 210 minutes for learning the e-learning course is a waste of time, in my opinion. So these are topics: the general ledger, organization structure is one of the first topics you learn in TFIN 50 and 52. You know, functional management accounting. You know, these are all topics you learn in the TFIN 50 and 52. They're very basic. This e-learning course. There's 2 or 3 e-learning topics in this one. They're just there so SAP can get a little bit of extra money from you, I guess. TERP 20, all covered in the TFIN 50. So that's the difference. You read a lot more to get the same content. So you see the non-academy books, you have to read all of this to get the same content that's in these books. So basically the TFIN 50s are these topics without the filler stuff, the stuff that's not relevant. At the same time, TFIN 50 also contains exclusive topics that come in the exam that are not available in these non-academic books. Let's take a look at that. You can see the total pages you have to read to pass the exam. If you're reading the T series, is 1650. As opposed to 3,200 or 3,300 pages. You know, it's like reading the TFIN books twice. So that's a difference. You read a lot more, but there's no guarantee you're going to pass the exam. Here, you guarantee to pass because the way the book is structured is to write and pass the certification. Let's take a look at the book, for example. Here is the TFIN 50 Part 1 book. Again, collection of 10, 5-day course, right? And as you can look at the index, you can see Unit 1. They teach a lesson, a couple of exercises. They teach a next lesson, a couple of exercises. Teach another lesson, a couple of exercises. And at the end of every unit, there's a question and answer session. So if you go to around page 65, you can see the question and answer. And now you're able to buy third-party examination, which is basically variations of these exams. No one's going to sit there and write examination for a 500-page book, you know. They copy these exams. So these examination packages that you buy from other companies are basically copies of these exams. So these are the questions that are identical or variations that come in your exam. So by the time you read these 4 books, there's about 200 questions you can get. There's about 10 to 12 questions per unit. There's about 6 to 10 units per book. There's about 200, between 150 and 200 questions. Of that, 80 questions will come in the exam, and they're in this format. If you go back to the SAP website, you can see the question contains 80 questions and a cut score of 64, and sample question PDF links are here. So then you have 180 minutes to write the exam, so about 3 hours. So that's the way it's done, guys. So these books are made for exams, a certification exam, and if you're serious about passing the certification exam, then these are the books to get. So and that is why there is such a huge demand and why these books are very rare. So read these books and you're guaranteed to pass, and there's all the topics and more, and the certification questions in the back are identical for some, and some of them are variations of the same questions. So this is what you need to do to pass a certification. Alright guys, hope it has helped somebody, and these books are all available at erpdrill.com for purchasing. And if you have any questions, email us sales@sapdrill.com. Thank you.